Welcome to the Tom Barnard Show with the family and
Co-host Catherine Brandt.
Andy Barnard.
And Kristen Burt.
the posts this morning are great. Big Dave, I'm so sick of winter. Big Dave, but I get sick of winter in November. Well, that's
Agreed.
a little early, but you know.
I
Yeah,
thought you guys were having good weather in Minnesota.
we were until today. Now it's blizzarding.
Oh, it's a blizzard.
Oh, 33
Yep.
and snow. Yep, it warms up and it snows. That's how it works.
That is how it works.
That is the deal. Kristen Burt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So I was just chatting with Kristen about YouTube.
YouTube.
There's YouTube TV and then there's just YouTube, okay?
I don't know what YouTube TV is at all. So,
It's a live broadcast.
Yeah.
but is it like FCC regulated and that sort of thing?
No, it's just like a cable carrier. It's like Sling or where you can just get all of your cable channels essentially.
Oh, so people don't upload or stream to YouTube TV.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the
got it.
TV, they don't, but the other one they do.
Yeah.
Just
YouTube, the platform, yes. YouTube TV, no. That's where you get your ABC, CBS, all of that.
Okay, we got a question for everybody here with Kristen, Catherine, Andy. Checking things out on YouTube today because I like to take they have these tests, and they always say, of course, if you get more than 3 out of 20, you're a genius.
Yep.
And you end up getting about 20 out of 23. I mean, you're just named the biggest genius ever born, apparently.
Didn't know I was so smart.
Yeah, there you go. YouTube, for the last couple of days, and I don't know why they would do this, and I don't know how it's legal, but YouTube, not YouTube TV, but YouTube, has reported that Barbara Streisand is dead.
Clickbait.
Why would they do? What's the upside of saying she's not dead?
Click on the video thinking,
You
did I
clicked on it,
miss
didn't
a
you?
headline?
Yep.
Well, doesn't she have a say in that?
No, it's YouTube.
No?
You can put anything you want to. We could say anything we wanted on this podcast. They couldn't stop us. That's just how the internet works. You can say whatever you want.
I mean, you
I
can
guess.
report it and try and get it taken offline. It's hard to do, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Unless it's like a copyright request or it's
Yeah.
illegal, then you can't really take down a video.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I watch it is I do all of the quizzes because I like to keep my brain sharp, and those kind of things are good for keeping your brain sharp, thinking about all the different things that you either do or do not know. That's why I like it. And I don't mind. I mean, I just don't understand why you'd want to report that a superstar like Barbara Streisand is dead when she's not. It's pretty easy to find out that she isn't dead.
Right. When she pops up on your TV 2 days later, you're going to be like, what?
What's that all
She
about?
is risen.
She's turning 84 in 2 months.
I'm guessing Gen Z doesn't even know who she is anymore.
And no, I'm sure they don't.
Some of them might, but I doubt it.
One of the great singers of all time.
Beautiful voice.
And one
And
thing
me,
I got.
I own
Go ahead.
25 LPs. That's
Yeah.
all
There
I
you
know.
go.
All the same
There
LP.
you go.
No,
That's the
25
same
times.
one.
25 different albums. That's the amazing thing.
25 albums?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I can remember she did Broadway, she did
Yep.
film, and then she
Broadway.
did her own albums.
Yep.
And you got to hand her a little credit, or a lot of credit, because as a matter of fact, I was talking to Catherine about this morning. If she had ever gotten a nose job, she would have been beautiful. She had beautiful eyes and lips
She's
and the whole.
stunning. She's beautiful.
with
I've
that-
seen her in Oh my God. Have you seen her in person? She's beautiful.
Not with the bottle opener, she's not.
That is mean.
Wow.
It is mean.
Oh,
That is mean.
So you
That's
can't even
mean.
joke
I
around
kind of
anymore.
like the fact that she didn't do it.
No, I agree.
Because everyone in Hollywood, the first thing they would do is be like,
Yep.
now once I have some money, I'm going to go and get my nose job. And she didn't
Yeah.
because it would also change how she sings, which is extremely
right.
important.
That's true, yeah.
Right?
I've seen people on the internet talking about how one of the things that takes them out of movies these days is that every actor looks the same.
Yeah.
Because they all have this perfectly sculpted face, Botoxed, fillered, et cetera, et
Their
cetera.
teeth are
And they-
absolutely perfect. Yeah.
And you're supposed to be
Chiclet
watching like
veneers.
a period piece. You're like watching a piece about like a medieval peasant, and he's got like veneers and a smooth. It just
But other
looks.
than that,
It really doesn't. It takes you right out of the story.
I
Yeah, we
think
t-
veneers are going to be one of the biggest
Yeah.
regrets. Not the because the Botox can go away, but the veneers you can't go back to your old teeth.
No, I've had
And-
veneers since I was 15. something got messed up with my teeth and I had to veneerify them. And what people don't know
Ooh,
is that
veneerify.
before they put the veneers on there, they grind them way down. There's basically nothing left back there. So if I took
Right.
these veneers off, I would
Right.
basically not have front teeth.
Right. And, when you're doing it for cosmetic reasons only, obviously you had a need to do it. I sit there and sometimes I get them like they're too big for their mouth. So
Yeah.
you have that big, huge, like almost
Yeah.
like Cheshire grin, and it
The
looks
Cindy
strange.
Lou Who look, yeah.
Yeah. And then people have to sometimes get them done again because they are too big for their face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting just even watching Blue Moon. The femme fatale or whatever she is
femme
or whatever.
fatale, there you go.
She didn't have her teeth done. And I felt like somebody else didn't have their teeth done. It was like so weird to see it. But then you're thinking, oh, this is back in the 30s. People didn't have their teeth done back then.
Right.
No.
And then we watched on an episode, really old. Well, I guess it's still on. It's called Father Brown. It's a British
Really good.
show, and Father Brown's teeth are like, how many rows of teeth do you have down there? He's got like the worst
He
teeth,
does.
and you're just like, well, this is just how it was.
That's
People. Father Brown is maybe 18 seasons, 16 seasons. That's a lot of seasons, but way past the time where people were having their teeth done.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
it's interesting.
that's where that myth of the like bad British dentistry came in. It's because Americans have been using dentures forever, probably since
Forever,
like
yep.
the 50s or 60s. We've been giving
Yep.
kids dentures if their teeth were even slightly crooked.
Or
But the rest-
orthodontia is such a big thing in the U.S.
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah,
elsewhere.
exactly. But yeah, no, most of the rest of the world doesn't do that. If you got crooked teeth, that's just who you are. So
Well,
Americans see these crooked teeth and they're like, "Wow, what's wrong with your dentist?" But
Yeah.
we're actually the strange ones there.
Well, when you're on the national health, they're not going to do cosmetic things, and dentistry is very expensive. So
That is
Yeah.
they're
true.
not going to get that
All right.
done.
I want to thank all three of you for bringing this up because as about a 5-year-old, maybe 6-year-old, we went to my grandma Minnie's house to stay up in Long Prairie, Minnesota. I'm 5, 6, something like that. I said, Grandma, I have to use the bathroom. She said, okay, go ahead. I walk in, and there's a row of teeth sitting right on the sink, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I had never heard of dentures before at 5,
I think
6 years
everyone
old.
has walked in on their grandparents' dentures, and you're like, what?
Oh
My
my God.
grandparents didn't have them. My parents didn't have them.
Yeah.
I remember going to the dentist and them saying, they're like, doing whatever they're doing. They're like, you should be able to keep your teeth for the rest of your life. I'm like, I hope so. Why wouldn't I be able to keep my teeth for the rest of my life?
I remember how horrified I was. There were teeth on the sink. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I know.
And then I had the full mouth of braces.
yeah.
The metal braces, and my
Bonnie?
neighbor was my orthodontist. So, or my orthodontist was my neighbor, whichever way. But
right.
yeah, so I could never get away with like not wearing my elastics or whatever else I had to wear, my headgear. Oh,
All right. What was your nickname? Because we had a couple of people with the big.
I think that
was
my
the
brother
nickname?
would just tease me and go brace face.
Brace face.
I think that was
Brace
always
face.
the
Brace
one.
face.
But he wound up having
Tinsel.
braces himself. Tinsel teeth.
Oh, there's
maybe?
Nana. Typical. Ruining the show yet again.
Oh, sorry. It's about the microwave that zapped.
Okay.
What's wrong with the wiring in your house? Jeez.
What is she saying is going on? What do you?
The microwave.
Microwave zap.
Oh no, the micro. Yeah, the microwave just went out. I don't know.
Oh, plug it back in.
You have to remember that the woman that owned this place. It sat empty for 2 years because her family didn't want to get rid of it, even though she had died. Not in here, but they wanted to hold on to it because of her memory and all the rest. And they finally, after 2 years, said, "Yeah, we should probably sell it." So, these things sat here. The microwave and all that stuff sat here unused for 2 years, and I suppose it's going to cause problem. But so far, so good. Let me just put it that way. We didn't. In my neighborhood, if you had braces, your nickname was Tin Grin.
Oh, I've never heard that one.
Tin Grin. Hey, how you doing, Tin Grin?
Tin grin. Yeah, I mean, I hated them at the time. I am very happy to have very straight teeth.
There you go.
Very
Yep.
grateful that my parents made the investment. So, But
Yes,
at the time, it
indeed.
was torturous because you're in middle school, and it's not fun to have them in middle school.
You got the entire audience fired up because everybody's talking about choppers and teeth and braces.
Yeah, Invisalign. If you, DH just said they got Invisalign when I was 40.
Right.
Invisalign are fantastic options too.
I had Invisalign when I
Indeed.
was in my mid-20s because I have an underbite. It didn't really help it too much, but they were like, well, it's that or, bolting stuff to your face. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'll just live with my underbite.
Bolting stuff with your face.
The headgear, you got to wear headgear 24
Yeah.
hours a day to like make your jaw get pushed back. And I
And
was
it's
like,
painful. The headgear hurts.
Oh, is
so
it
much.
really?
Yeah, because it's moving your teeth back.
Yeah.
To create more space. Because I had like little fangs up here. Because I've not gotten my teeth filed down or anything, so I still have actually teeth that are different shape. But it's just one of those. Oh, it's so funny now because everyone just has like the straight across teeth, and I'm like, what is that?
Yeah,
Yep.
they
Yep.
don't have any shape to them at all
Yeah.
anymore. There's chiclets.
It's disconcerting sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, chiclet. That was another thing you heard. If somebody got a tooth knocked out at maybe they got hit in the face with a baseball or whatever, it was a chiclet.
Oh,
Instead of the tooth on the ground,
I
it was
used to
a
put like a
chiclet.
chiclet when we'd lose your teeth. You'd be like, look, and you put a little chiclet gum there as a joke.
do they still make chiclets? I haven't seen them in
yeah,
forever.
they do. I see
Me
them.
too. Yeah.
Huh. Well, speaking of which, I got a
Yeah.
text from a listener. Good morning. Worked for Kemp's for 30 years. Mixed up over 1 million gallons of Yoj.
Yo, Jay.
Yoj?
That's what we were talking about
You got
yesterday.
one of the people, a guy named Ricky. He was one of the people who mixed up that Yoj, if you remember it. So
Yeah. It sounds terrible.
Well, there
I
was
don't
a
know.
big.
I mean, it just does. Orange juice and
It sounds
Yogurt?
horrible. Yes, it sounds like runny, weird yogurt. But it was. I don't know. Maybe it was good because I was 6. It's hard to say.
maybe they put enough sugar in it to make it good. That's my guess.
One thing that we learned this morning watching the national news that they're not all of them, certainly by far not all of them, but a lot of ice cream and a lot of crackers that come in a box have tons of horrible chemicals in them.
Well, of course they do.
A lot of ice cream is not ice cream anymore. It's
No, it's not.
a dairy treat, or I don't know how they
Yeah.
label it, but it's not
Yep.
ice cream any longer. So you have to.
Yeah, they call it like frozen dessert because they're not allowed to call it ice cream. That sort of thing.
God, that's
Stick with
nasty.
gelato.
I think Kristen just froze again.
Did you freeze up?
Yeah, she did. That's weird. We haven't had a problem.
Kristen.
We haven't had a problem in a while.
No, Kristen's having
Bird.
internet issues.
Yeah, what are you going to do? suppose
I will
that'll happen.
take her off until she unfreezes.
There you go. She can pop
Defreeze.
herself back on. She's good at that anyway.
So you guys are having a big snowstorm, and then it
Yep.
rains, and then it goes below freezing. So that ought to be fun to drive.
It's going to be 7 degrees on, I think, Saturday night. Let's see here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's we're getting second winter for sure. Yeah, it's rain and snow continuing for several hours. It's going to get heavier and heavier until 1 o'clock, and then it will continue basically all day. So that'll be fun. And then yes, Saturday night we got a low of 9, continuing lows in 9 until Tuesday. So yeah, it's winter again.
sucks for you.
Well, we told you to come down, but you wouldn't listen to us.
It was so nice. Why go anywhere?
Yeah, it was so nice
Until
for
it's
2
not.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's unbelievable. Oh, Kristen's back. There you go.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I don't know what's happening today.
You're
One of
a
those
disaster.
days. I know. It's hardwired too. That's what I always think is weird.
Oh, I like Big Dave 13. I got tiny lips and a big mouth behind it all.
Works for you.
That's nice to hear. Tiny lips and a big mouth. Okay, well, what is he, like 6'5", weighs about 260 of solid muscle?
Oh, bring out the banner.
Dave is
6'4".
and weighs
There you
He
go.
330.
weighs 330.
30.
Well, it's all muscle, I'll tell you. He is not fat at all.
330.
No, big.
330.
Dave has big news, by the way.
Oh,
You're
he
not gonna
does?
believe it. He's not drinking hams anymore.
Uh-oh.
Why not?
I know he says he found a better one. I don't know.
Oh.
He's not. He was a hams diehard for so long, but
He
yeah,
was,
he
yeah.
said in the chat. I think was it Monday, and everyone was like, "No way," because all he ever does is
Land of
rep hams.
Skywaters.
Yep. I don't know.
Something like that. All right, Kristen Burt, what the hell's going on in Hollywood? Anything good?
Well, I want to know if Andy is excited because he is 7 days
okay.
away from the Scrubs reboot.
Is it only 7 days? God, we still have to finish that last season.
Yeah, February. 1 week from today on ABC, your Scrubs friends return.
Wow.
Is it going to be a direct link to the old show, or is
Yeah,
it
it's all
gonna
the
be
same characters,
all
or
the same
most.
all
of
the
it.
same? Oh,
Is there anyone missing?
Let's see, Donald Faison is there. I'm like Zach Braff, Sarah
Chip and
Chalk.
JD up there.
Yeah, I think who's the other nurse with the dark
Carla?
hair? Carla. Yeah, I feel
She's
like
there.
she's recurring. She's there, but I think she's recurring. I'm not sure she's
Okay.
there full time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
have
that
no-
show.
I think I'm guessing Dr. Kelso. He's probably. I don't want to say. I don't want to say he's probably dead, but he was an old man when Scrubs first showed up. Unless he just is good at playing an old man. Let's see. Let's see here. Bob Kelso, Ken Jenkins. No, he is not dead. He's 85 though, so
there you go.
he may or may not come back.
Yeah,
Him
depending
as
if he's
well.
retired or not from. Or sometimes they can just do like a one-off cameo
Yeah,
and just make it.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder. I'm guessing the janitor is going to come back. He was always a fan favorite. He's probably the best character in the show, to be honest.
Tire Carver we use this saying constantly when I was a teenager. It was not grain belt, it was brain melt.
Brain melt.
Brain melt beer. That's what you wanted to
depends on
drink.
how much you drink.
Well, I
probably. It's true.
suppose, yes, that's
All
probably
right, so
true.
Moby, you're saying the janitor's not coming back? Moby Pete in there, so the chief, that would be Bob Kelso. He was the chief of medicine. The janitor's not coming back, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah, so it says Zach, Donald, Sarah Chalk, John C. McGinley, of course, Julie Reyes. They're adding Vanessa Bayer and Joel Kim Booster.
Huh. I wonder why Neil Flynn's not coming back.
Maybe they didn't pay him enough to make it worth
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
Too big of a deal these days. Well, I mean, he was on the middle for 9 years. Maybe he was like, I'm good acting now. Goodbye forever.
Yeah, so missing from the cast are fan favorites Dr. Kelso and the janitor. But Braff isn't ruling out bringing them back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There
I'm
you
also
have
going to
it.
think this doesn't have the budget that it did, over a decade
Right.
ago. It just
Yeah.
that doesn't
Right.
exist.
Yep.
So those budgets
Okay.
are long gone.
I do have a Hollywood question for you because this also popped up on TV today. One of the highest paid actors in the history of movies had no money when he died. None. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Mr. T? Wait, he's not
Oh.
dead.
No.
Who am I thinking of?
He said movie actor.
Yeah, movie actor.
I don't know, like
It made me very sad.
it's like old school. I'm like a Marlon Brando. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, a little after him.
After him.
Handsome guy, kind of. He always had
Steve McQueen?
Not Steve McQueen, a little later than that. As a matter of fact, Andy, you sat in a chair at a restaurant,
Sorry.
Oh,
and the woman came over and said, "You know who just sat in that chair?"
Oh, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds,
Yep.
yep.
Reynolds.
Yeah, that's not surprising. He went through, he had financial problems a lot. He had a theater in Jupiter and had to he lost
he
a
did.
lot in the I
he?
think he lived very large through the 70s and
Yeah.
80s
Yep.
and threw his money at projects that weren't necessarily going to turn out to be wild
I
successes.
think he had a big divorce settlement too. That was
He had
bad
2
for him.
divorces.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
he had
Lonnie
2
Anderson, though, was a
partners.
big
Yeah.
divorce.
She took him for a lot.
Personal bankruptcy. Let's see. He made as much as $10 million a year, roughly equivalent to $50 million in today's money at the height of his career.
Yeah, he went through Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1996. And they said his opulent lifestyle included a private jet, over 150 horses. That'll get you.
Sure.
Multiple estates,
Wow.
combined with poor investments such as a failed restaurant chain, led to his financial downfall. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated to be around $3 to $5 million.
Oh, 'cause
Still
they
not
said they said he was broke on TV today.
Well,
No,
3 to
I
5
mean-
million for a celebrity is broke.
Right, because in 96, he had over $10 million worth of debt. So
Oh, yeah.
he had over $100,000 in toupees.
Oh, no.
I love somebody. So you croak and they go and they're counting your toupees and how much
60,000,
it's worth.
60,000. I mean,
that towards his
everybody wears a rug
bankruptcy?
in Hollywood. Every guy wears a rug in Hollywood. And I sit there and
Really?
go, yeah. Like, how many men do you know at like 50, 60, 70 have a full head of hair? I mean, every single hair.
Yeah.
Most of them are wearing hair pieces. If you see a celebrity that's, say, like 60 with like full, thick, gorgeous hair, it's most likely a hairpiece.
I wear a toupee, but you could never tell.
Yeah, there you go.
You
very
can see it,
natural.
and if you look really carefully, like you can see it sometimes if they're not blended well with their natural hairline. Like I cannot watch Cobra Kai without seeing Ralph Macchio's like.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not blended well. Like the top of his head and the bottom of his hairline, which looks like his real hair, is not blended. It's different colors, and it's so distracting. And you can't unsee it once you've seen
Notice
it.
that. Great. Now I'm going to be looking for rugs.
You're gonna.
Yep.
I know. I mean, Ben Affleck wears a rug.
Huh.
I mean, like who else? I'm just trying to think. Like John Stamos is always like, "This is my natural hair." I'm like, "Come on, dude. We know my guy that this is a little
Well,
topper."
I mean, with all the studio lights, if you've got thin hair, it is going to look
Yeah.
really bad.
100%. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with wearing a toupee, by the way. So, you know, women wear wigs all the time so their natural hair doesn't get destroyed by, you know, hot tools with, I mean, Nicole Kidman is never wearing her own hair in movies. It's always a wig.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
because her hair gets destroyed. So, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, Ted Danson, another great one. That's a clown she was just mentioned.
He had the plugs, though, didn't he? He had plugs.
I think at this
Way
point
back.
he had but he wore a topper here. I don't know if he still does. And he has like his little bouffant thing that is a topper. Yeah.
All right, here's where that story came from. We went into Bimini Twist, which is a restaurant on Okeechobee Boulevard
Still
in
here.
West Palm Beach. And as we are sitting down, the server says, and the host, I guess, you're a pretty lucky young man, to Andy. He says to Andy, you're a pretty lucky young man. You know who was sitting in that chair just a couple of seconds ago, just before you got here? Burt Reynolds. And Andy says, who's Burt Reynolds?
Yeah.
He had no idea who Burt Reynolds even was.
Yeah, you weren't the kind of kid that would have gotten
No.
into car chase movies or any
No.
of that stuff. You weren't that
I was
kid.
not loaded up in trucking back then.
My
No.
brother took my mom to Stroker Ace once. Like, my mom was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Well, if you want to go see," and he's like, "Stroker Ace," and my mom's like, "I don't think I ever forgave him." So bad.
That's kind of cold.
Yeah, she was like, it was so bad. She's like, you have to sit there through Stroker Ace, Burt Reynolds movie.
Honest to God, unfortunate, but what the hell. It all works out in the end, right?
Indeed.
I guess.
Andy Jacobson says, my cousin used to work for Hair Club for Men out in Beverly Hills. That's the plugs, right? Or is that wigs too?
Isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. The hair transplants.
I think Hair Club for Men, yeah, it was like a hair care system.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, now everyone goes to Turkey to go get their hair transplants. So if you're taking a flight, Turkey. Look it
Why
up.
Turkey?
Cheap.
Because they are the pioneers in hair transplant. If
Oh,
you
I
get
didn't
on
know
a
that.
flight back from Turkey back to the U.S., it is just a bunch of men with all their heads wrapped.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like that's where you should go. Like if you really want a serious hair transplant that's like state of the art, you go to Turkey.
Oh,
I was
good
just
to
thinking.
know.
Yeah.
None of my brothers or I ever lost our hair. We've always had our hair, right? I think all my
Yes.
brothers have a full head of hair, don't they?
It's an excellent thing. The best indicator would be your mother's brothers.
Your mother's brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they're balding, or if some of them are, then the gene's there. And Mom, you got two, right? Brothers that are bald or balding?
Yes.
Because Daryl has been balding for a while.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah. And
Terry,
then
I
Jeff
think, does
also.
stuff to keep what he has, but he's losing his. Yeah.
Yeah. Which means Alex is, which means Sage. Look out.
Oh, no. Little bald sagey.
Little bald
Oh.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. Does that carry over into other areas? Because although my mother's brothers both had a full head of hair, and her two uncles both had a full head of hair, 3 out of the 4 were murdered. So does that matter?
If your mother's brothers were murdered, then you, I mean, honestly, probably statistically, if your
Yeah.
uncles were murdered, you're probably more likely to be murdered just because
Well.
of that's
The
kind
company
of how
you
it
keep,
works.
maybe. I don't
Yep.
know.
Yeah, I think the company you keep. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's like where you live and what business you get into and that sort of thing. I mean, if you're in waste management, your uncles were in waste management, then
God, I tell you, honest to God, Kristen, just thinking back to that kind of stuff, my Uncle Augie, I loved my Uncle Augie. He was just a great guy, my mother's youngest brother. Then he gets thrown off a 15-story building to his death because he apparently owed somebody some money or something. But the worst part is he was 6'4", very tall, very handsome guy. We get to the funeral, and the casket was maybe 3.5 feet long, maybe 4 feet. And I said, Mom, how did they fit Augie in there? She said, you don't want to know that. Just let it go. They cut his legs off and tucked them under him
Why?
because he wouldn't fit in the coffin. We have to remember, we were very, very, very poor. We couldn't afford anything. So they got the, discount casket.
Oh, jeez.
They cut his legs off. I'm like,
Okay,
what?
that is a lot of story to process at 8:57 a.m. here on the West Coast.
Well, this is my life. Hey, see what I? No wonder I'm nuts, right? All right, what else you got? You have any prime, beautiful, lovely moments?
For primetime TV. I don't know. Tonight, just so everyone knows, they are doing a tribute to James Van Der Beek. They're doing The Real Full Monty, which is a repeat of a special they did back in December 2024, encouraging men to get tested for colon cancer. So
I know
yeah.
Melissa's all like, maybe you should go in for a colonoscopy. And I'm like, maybe.
I mean, I think that at this point, like how young people are getting colorectal cancer, honestly, 45 seems too old.
I'm turning 40 this year, so I mean, honestly, maybe I will. But
Yeah.
I've also had all sorts of GI issues my whole life, so it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, the worst part about it is the prep, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Prep sucks,
The
yes.
prep sucks, but the rest of it is, knowing that you're healthy is peace of mind. It's worth it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And also, I always used to hear that men that went bald had high testosterone. That's kind of a myth based on how going bald works. It would take too long to explain right now, but it is caused by a form of testosterone, but I don't think there's a link between like more testosterone means more bald.
I did not know. Oh, by the way, MB 0711. I drove past the Capri Theater last night, Tom. Capri Theater in North Minneapolis. It was the greatest. But, I will tell you honestly, I'm very serious about this. It's very emotional, Kristen. I really miss going to movie theaters. We went every weekend. The Empress or the Broadway Theater or the Capri, like she pointed out. I really miss going to. You can still go, but it's pretty thin choices.
No, but even like through the 90s, people were going, a lot of people would go to the movies once a week. My brother loved movies so much. He would go sometimes twice in a weekend. And it's hard, you'd be hard pressed to find 2 movies that you could go watch in a weekend now. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right about that.
And I worked in a movie theater in college. It was Sony, it was Lowe's Theater at the time. And it was a 7-plex, but it was stacked up in a high rise because, of course, it was New York City. And I mean, there were some, when I worked there during the summer, there were some years I would work until 2, 3 in the morning because we would run movies that late. Like if a Batman movie came out and we would do our last showing at midnight or 12:30. And I don't think there's much of a need for that anymore.
Possibly not. We got everything set there, Catherine?
He's looking at it. I was hoping it wasn't like just some sort of tripped, breaker or something. I mean, I looked at everything and I turned it on and off and all that
Yeah, if
stuff.
the breaker's not tripped, then
I
not
know
a
it'd
whole
be
lot
very
else you can do.
embarrassing though to pay $129 service charge to just flip a switch.
Yeah.
I know. It's so frustrating when that.
Oh, what can one say?
I know.
All right, Kristen's got to go do her real job now, not waste time with us.
And we also have a couch and a chair being delivered today. So I got like the circus going on here at the house.
Yep, we do too.
Nice.
I will see
We
you
do
tomorrow.
too, but we will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you, dear.
Have a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We shall take a break. Be right back in a couple of seconds. Couple of big-time guests coming in the door. I mean, Kristen, obviously a big-time guest, but we've got big-time guests coming in right after this. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
There's a cruise that I've been hearing about from my friends at Heart of the North Tours. It sounds amazing to Catherine and me. It's the Alaska Cruise Tour. What is a cruise tour? Well, it's a tour that features a cruise that includes a 7-day Princess Cruise tour of the glaciers, combined with glass-topped railway experience and multiple nights at the Denali Wilderness Lodge, including the land meal package. You'll visit Denali National Park, Whittier, Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay National Park, and stop in Anchorage, Juneau, Skagway, and Ketchikan. And Catherine and I will be there, right there with you, because we are going on the tour. We're looking forward to it, as a matter of fact. I've not been with the outfit here. I mean, we'll talk more about that and have him on a lot, because he's such a good guy on top of it. But we're looking forward to it. I've never been to Alaska, not once. It's one of 4 states we've not been to, right, Catherine?
Last count, yep.
I think it is. Here's the deal. For more information, go to heartofthenorthtours.com and call 1-833-424-2700 to speak to Mike, he's a pro at arranging these amazing tours. A really good guy. Mike's really good guy. It all happens August 8th through the 19th, and there are limited spots available. Oh, Catherine and I just took 2 of them, so it's even more limited. It's a trip of a lifetime that you won't want to miss.
Everyone's here.
Oh, my God. You comfortable enough on the couch there, Michelle?
I don't know. I need these Tom Barnard.
Yes, just not
Look
enough
at this.
pillows. Not enough pillows.
We got some pillows. There's no question.
Hey, you
about
wore
it.
the black shirt. It goes with the pillows.
Look at that.
It's almost like we meant
that
it.
was very much on purpose. Yeah. I
thank
called
you for
Andy
that.
ahead of time. I said, "What color are the pillows?"
Yeah, I took a picture of the pillows, and I was like,
and then I coordinated.
it's not black. It's actually off black by 2 shades. So
Oh, dear.
That's so Andy to know that it's all.
It is. It really
I
is.
just made that up.
Oh, you made that up. Okay.
That's exactly right. I do. Okay, yes, I'll respond. I just got a message. Does anybody of your friends, 'cause Ralph, this would include your wife too, by the way, anybody of your friends that's a woman not look like she's about 30 years younger than she actually is? I mean, you and Catherine do look like you're about 25, for
I'm
God's
looking
sake.
at Catherine right now, and she looks like your daughter.
Well, you
I have
do
so
too.
many filters on this thing. You have no idea.
You're not doing the Vaseline.
Oh,
That's what
God.
it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
That's what-
Michelle, it's great to see you in studio again. I wish we were there with you, and we'll have to.
I know.
This summer, we'll have to. How's it going? Everything going well?
It's going well. We are working very hard. So we've been all over the place, and we're continuing to go all over the place, but it's going well. We're feeling a ton of enthusiasm.
Well, Ralph, you might not know this because Ralph has been traveling out of the country. But
Oh,
he's-
big shot.
Yeah.
I've been texting with Ralph a little
Oh. Yep. Michelle's throwing her hat in the Senate race, right?
Oh, the governor.
No.
bit. No, Senate.
Oh, it's Senate. I thought it was governor.
Stick with me, kid.
I will stick with you, kid. Okay, now whose seat is
United
opening?
States Senate.
Yeah.
And whose seat is opening? Or
Tina Smith. is stepping
Tina
down.
Smith, that's right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes
Yes.
total sense now. Senate as opposed to governor. Governors get a lot more heat than the Senate does, but I suppose on a national basis, the Senate gets a lot more heat than governors do. So it's
They all get heat.
Yeah, they
and
do.
you get heat while you're running, and you get heat after you're elected, and so yeah. But we have some good candidates running for governor. I saw an opening in the Senate that I thought needed some help.
Yeah, I understand that, and I'll be, it's one of those situations where, and I'll make the statement, then I'll back off and get the hell out of the way. But one of the reasons, I would ask you, why do you want to do this? People have never been meaner than they are right now. God, people are mean. Ralph, have you noticed that too?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Jesus, what is it?
Well, I think it's just you said this before. It's more like the beginning of or in the '60s, where they have all this sort of huge division in ideals and thoughts and process of the anti-wars at that time. We don't have that, but we have so many other things. We're anti-government. So it's anti-government like the anti-war was.
Well, if you ask the Hindus, it actually started about 5,000 years ago. We call them.
Yes, that's true.
They might not
And
be
I
wrong.
kind of believe it. 5,000 years. I mean, I think things were pretty good prior to 3000 BC, right? You don't hear any news from back then.
I haven't heard anything lately about back then, but it ebbs and flows, and this does harken to. I think Ralph makes a good comparison to the '60s, and people will say, "Hey, we're not at Civil War levels yet."
Not yet.
People are mean, but you know what? If we allow the mean people to shut us up, then we are.
No, you're right. Yep, you're 100% right about that. Well, by coincidence today, because I go for a 2.5-mile walk every morning. I just love it because your mind kind of settles in, and I love doing it. So I'm rounding the corner, and this guy looked to be about maybe 28, 30 years old at the most, maybe. He comes pulling into an area where the speed limit is 20 miles an hour because you're pulling up to a gate. He's doing about 50.
Oh.
And not only is he doing 50, he ran a stop sign and almost hit me with his truck, right? So I yell at the guy, Jesus, it's 20 miles an hour here, and there's a stop sign. And I look over, and he's opening a door, and I said, I would not open that door if I were you. He went, oh. He shut his door and drove away.
Well, down in Florida, that could mean that you have a gun.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
FYI. A lot of people carry down here.
If you push back and if you tell them I'm not afraid of you,
right?
And don't do that. People, look, I think that's where we've been lacking in courage.
Yep.
The courage and the willingness to to do it in numbers and say everyone needs to take part in this courageous movement of standing up for what we believe in and not just kowtowing, and not just getting in the corner in the fetal position and saying, you're right, I'm an ist, I'm whatever ist you want to call me, and just power from that language.
I think that's becoming less common, though.
They're calling people ists?
No, I think people reacting like immediately shutting down when something happens like that to you.
I hope you're right, Andy. I do.
Are you including a group of ists that start with a P?
Oh, that's really nice.
Well, that's the anger part of these people that are micturated over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's angry now. Well, I will tell you, we just moved a month ago, and our new neighborhood, the people could not be nicer in this neighborhood. They're very, very nice people.
That's great.
Which is nice. So,
well, it's nice when it's sunny year round. You tend to be in a better mood.
That is
Boy,
true.
is that ever true?
That is very, very true. Michele, I was very excited to hear about you running because it's been a while now since we worked together. But
I know.
You were always a ball to work with. You're a very smart woman. Don't tell your family I said any of this stuff. How smart you are and, all that good stuff. No, and one thing I will tell you, and I've mentioned this to you and Catherine before all those years ago, you two have the same temperament, which is screw you.
Well, not for good ideas.
Not for good.
Not for good ideas.
We're open to good ideas.
Absolutely.
We're good ideas. But yeah,
Oh.
I think you have to have obviously you have to have a thick skin. And
Yeah, yep.
30 years in television will give you a thick skin. And
Oh, yeah.
you hear it all, you know that. But right, also just that you live by your values, you live by your ideals, and you know who you are. And you're not, kind of putting your finger in the wind and going, which way are the political winds blowing? No,
Right.
you've got to have your convictions and you have to stick to them.
No, I understand that. No question about it. I love the fact that you have the courage to step up and do this, because I don't know if I would, because I would get so pissed off at most people and
Yeah.
the things they say to each other now. Oh, God, it's nasty.
It is, but I think my approach has been, it's very interesting, Tom, and you know this. I think most people that have gone through something like this scenario know this. Someone says something awful about you, and then maybe you go, they put their phone number in this piece of mail. I'm going to call them. You call them directly, and you're very polite, and the next thing you know, they are backpedaling like there's
Yep.
no tomorrow.
Yep.
When confronted, if they don't think you're listening or really paying attention, they will, social media like X and all of those places are brutal.
Yeah,
I tend to not read a lot of comments. I tend to ignore that. I tend to just
Yep.
post the message that I want to post and let the haters hate. And if they're going to hate, that's not my problem.
You know, it's really funny. You look really comfortable.
Well, it's a nice comfy couch.
It is.
She's like, anyway, Tom, no,
Well,
I think it's
like
terrific.
being in a therapist's office. I could sit back and get really cozy.
See, the thing about this that I really like, and Ralph, I want to run this by you, actually, as a matter of fact. All those years, that I've known you now, and we worked together for a long time and all the rest of it, I know you have the strength and the intelligence to do this. When I heard you were going to do that, that's a great idea, because she's a tough woman. You and Catherine are very similar in that area. You put up with no BS, but at the same time, you're kind to people. You give them the benefit of the doubt at first. I think that's who we need. This governor we have right now is a disaster. Oh my God. Ralph, you got out just in time. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, just in time. That's right.
I heard Walls speak last night. I was at a Chamber of
God.
Commerce dinner where he took the stage, and it's just so disingenuous for him to. But it's a common tactic. You accuse your opponent of doing the very thing that you are doing,
Yep.
and it's a way to make the audience believe that you are squeaky clean, and it's the other guy who's in the
Right.
wrong.
Yep.
And it was so difficult to sit there. I was just steps away from the stage. I couldn't look at him because I know how disingenuous he is.
Yep.
And I know so much of what came out of his mouth was dishonest. And it has been for years. And so I was polite. I didn't say anything. But when he talked about balance in government and we need to get repayment for what is done, I thought, you're talking about repayment from the federal government for a broken window at a store when you have allowed this state to rip off every Minnesotan to the tune of at least $9 billion.
Maybe 30 billion, they're thinking now.
We're going to find out. We are going to find out.
Oh, God.
But
Ralph,
what people really want, Tom and Ralph, what people really want is they want to see people held accountable for this. They don't want to just
absolutely.
know how much got stolen, can we get any back, and who did it. They want people to have the consequences that you or I would have in any other job if you were caught stealing from your company or your business.
Yes. Yeah, they're thinking, Ralph, it may be $30 billion that these politicians have stolen from the state of Minnesota.
Okay, well, let's make it simple. Let's say $1 billion. They'd have money for the window. $1 billion is a huge amount of money. You talk about almost $10 billion
Yep.
that's been lost. Where's it's hard for me to comprehend that they would have such poor accounting that this could happen.
I don't think it's poor accounting so much.
It's just people looking the other way. It's incompetence for sure, but it's also the incompetent. You don't listen to your whistleblowers. You punish your whistleblowers.
Yeah.
You allow this money to go to people in a way to bribe them to vote for you. Because maybe they're a critical voting bloc. And Rudy Boschwitz, the wonderful old U.S. Senator here from Minnesota, he's been a tremendous support to me. And I'll just never forget him looking at me and saying, you don't have $9 billion change hands without people knowing it.
Yeah.
Right.
So any of this, well, we just didn't see it, is so disingenuous.
Right. No question. And look, I mean, Ilhan Omar, $30 million? From where? She's worth $30 million all of a sudden. Was worth nothing when she took office.
Yeah.
I
And her husband's businesses. I mean, one of them, the web page has been scrubbed. The other, the winery was not a winery. It was a like a warehouse of wines made somewhere else, put in that warehouse and shipped out for really nice sums of cash. But they haven't been doing business for years. So where is this money coming from?
It's the taxpayer, I'm guessing. That's what I'm thinking.
Was any of it federal money? Or was it just state money?
No, a lot of it was federal money. It was money that was, especially during COVID, was sent to Minnesota to help feed the kids who needed meals, to help these autism centers and child care centers and adult daycare centers that seemingly never had people in them.
You know what I love about this? Looking at, because I'm looking at the screen right now, and Andy's right behind Michele, and there's right in front of Michele is Ralph. And I'm looking at people on the other side of the screen here that made really good in the world and did it with intelligence and hard work and dedication. I mean, Ralph, Michele, Andy, you guys all did well because you worked your ass off and you earned that. It was just not given to you. You earned every bit of it. What happened to that, America?
It's an excellent question. I mean, when we started saying, oh, well, but you earned it, but, I didn't have a chance to earn it. Well,
right.
Yeah, you did. Everybody has the opportunity. And this sense that we need, look, we're a great society in America. We take care of our neediest people that truly need to be taken care of. That is what the welfare system is for. We think we have fraud. Now, you can't imagine. You can't sit here and seriously say no one's taking advantage of the welfare system, of Medicare, Medicaid, all of this stuff if we're seeing all of this fraud. It's got to be in a lot more places. That's just where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So we have told people, and we have actually enabled and encouraged people to do that, to take advantage of the government handouts, to you don't have to work. Actually you do. And you know what? I would tell you this. If you work hard, I feel 99% sure you're going to be a happier human because you're going to be using your talents and your skills and your grit and your hands and your brain and whatever else it is that is required of you to work. And that feels really good. And it's gratifying. And I think it's part of the human experience.
Absolutely. Whenever someone works, this idea of being productive is a key part of human existence and a basic human need. And without that, you feel hollow, empty, and you search for something else. And you can see that in certain groups who never have to work. There are wealthy groups, never have to work. And some of those people get lost in searching for some other purpose in life, some raison d'etre, for a reason for living, a reason for being. And that's absolutely, you're absolutely true on the mark on that.
Tom, real quick, a quick anecdote on that. I had a guy on my podcast, which is right now on hiatus, but it's a couple of years ago. He is the CEO of a company called American Giant. And all of their clothing is made here in the United States, and it's sourced here in the United States. And they have factories all over the country. And he told me that his factories, like when he's gone and visited, he said, for some people in these regions, that 8 hours a day is the saving grace between them and their addiction, them and their unhappiness,
Yeah.
them and this hopelessness that would otherwise be there. And he said, that's really a huge part of why I do this, so that people can contribute and be part of something that is creating something. And I've never forgotten him saying that, and why that's a big driver for him to manufacture here in the U.S.
Let me just tell you something. I'm looking at the comments that are being made while the show's going on. If you didn't have them before, you just picked up about 60, 70,000 new votes. I'll tell you that. The comments are Michele spitting nothing but facts. I mean, they're loving what you're saying today. Say it louder, Michele. That's what it
Yes.
says.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I would encourage these people, because what we're hearing is there are a lot of people who are frustrated, Tom and Ralph. You're no longer in Minnesota, but you know this probably. They're frustrated. They feel like their vote doesn't matter because
Yep.
the Hennepin counties and the Ramsey counties just dominate, and there's nothing that. I am telling you that if we could harness that energy that you're seeing on your screen,
Yes, right.
these people to the polls and take a friend. I don't care how they vote. Just get there and vote and participate, because if we don't do something about Minnesota here in 2026, I don't know, Tom. I don't know if you'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, we're
It's
honestly
getting bad.
considering moving in the near future. If it gets any worse than this, it's
So
it's
sad.
bad.
Really
it is
sad.
so sad.
And it's such a
Well,
beautiful state. And
it
there are
is.
so
Yep.
good people here. They
Yep.
can't feel disenfranchised by this insanity on the left. We can combat it, but it's going to take every single person out there, every single one.
You know what's so amazing about that whole situation is once again, I was raised obviously a Democrat, North Minneapolis, all the rest of it. My mother's a big time Democrat, and later on in life, I didn't see that really fitting me all that well, so I became a Republican, and now I'm kind of like, well, I can't really say I'm in the middle. I lean one way more than the other, but it's a situation where, because I've talked about that for 40 years, there are people that hate me because of my political views. Why would I bother hating anyone over their personal views? Why would you even do that?
I don't know. It's as though it really is saying a lot if you can't discuss issues with people.
Yeah. And
And-
that's my point. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I got fired by my manicurist and she and I had a friendly, I thought a good friendship for 20 years. I didn't think of her as my manicurist. I only say it that way to underscore how ridiculous this is. Like, she said we no longer fit. So after 20 years, she's known me. She's known me as a human being.
Unbelievable.
And it's really disheartening, because it's like we have gotten along so well. And that one was kind of heartbreaking. I mean, she was someone I'd bring all my kids' clothes to hand me down to her kids, because her kids were younger. We shared all kinds of family stories. It was really awful.
What was the breaking point? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? I can't understand that.
She didn't tell me, and she wouldn't take my calls. So
There's a shock.
I don't know.
There is a shock.
We
I
should
know.
probably take our first break because we have 2 more breaks coming up.
All right, we should take a break. We'll be right back.
Maybe,
Michele Tafoya in studio. Ralph
I'll
Bash.
show up for work too.
Yeah, where the
Apparently, you
heck?
couldn't hear me talking.
Here
That's
She is.
Good of you to join the show, Catherine.
She can't hear
she
you.
does not have a good look on her face, though. She does not look too happy.
No, it died.
So we
Your
got to get a new
microwave
one.
dead?
The microwave died. Apparently, it's got a fuse. It's just going to keep. There's something about magnets and microwaves. Did you know that?
Magnetron, yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently that's bad, and it's just gonna keep frying
Michele,
the
it never
fuse.
stops. It's true.
I'm
So
sure.
between Jude's vet bill the other day, it's going to be
yeah.
a $2,000, like a couple of days.
Kind of weak.
Endless. It's endless.
It all works out in the end. But yeah, I just, like I said, to continue, we were just talking about the difference between, being a Republican and a Democrat.
Oh.
I'll show you two of my best friends in the world. One is a lefty, not
Yes.
way far left. The other one is a righty, but not way far right. I think the world of both of them, we get along. We all can get along if we want to,
Yeah, if
because
we
you
want
don't
to.
always have to be right, for Christ's sake. That's the one that bothers me. Oh, I'm right and you're wrong. It's like, settle down, for God's sake. Boy, you are lighting up this. Did you see this, Catherine? It's the leftist activists in the
Yes.
state are horrible.
They are. I have to agree.
Well, I would think that the paranoid left and the paranoid right are just they're not representative of people's ideals and people's
Exactly.
desires in the
not.
world. Yeah.
All right, we
agree.
do have to take that break now, Andy.
Yes, I would say it's a good time.
We'll get it done. We'll be right back right after this.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the automotive twilight zone, one without sedans.
Is it really otherworldly that crossover and sport utilities have replaced sedans? I asked Brett Paul of the Valley Group of GM dealerships.
When you consider ease of entry, visibility, cargo space, and of course all-wheel drive traction, it really shouldn't be a surprise.
But what about things like style, comfort, luxury, and technology?
GMC has been refining this class of vehicles probably longer than any manufacturer. The new GMCs make sedans and minivans, the mom jeans, or black and white TVs of people haulers.
So what are the current GMC crossover and sport utility offerings?
See our sensibly priced Terrains, Acadias, and Yukons at Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings.
A fifth dimension, beyond human knowledge, a place between light and shadow. The
Well,
known.
no, not really.
Well, there you have it. It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Memory Care, we're talking about, facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is a place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility that has a full nursing team always staffed within the building, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire Medina now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, and they are a family. And by the way, I've known them for 2 generations for new listeners. Yeah, I've known them forever, as a matter of fact. They're family-owned local company, conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. All right, Catherine, I got to tell you while you're gone what we talked about. We just, actually, all 4 of us talked about how much we missed you on the show, and we just couldn't get anything done, you know.
Yeah,
Lamented.
I was busy picking out a microwave.
Ain't no
Oh.
sunshine when
He's gone.
Well, apparently,
Only darkness every day. Love
microwaves
that song.
only last about 5 or 6 years now a day.
Really?
Because I said, listen, I had a microwave for 25 years one time. He said,
Yeah.
that was then.
That was
That was then. They don't make them to last anymore.
Oh,
course not.
lovely.
Yeah.
bad.
And then it's like, do you want a convection one? Do you want this? Do you want it to steam? I'm like, I just basically no.
Just a
a
microwave.
microwave.
Well, yeah, because I had a microwave that did all of that stuff, and I never used any of it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, your microwave in the old place was pretty intense.
Yes.
No, that is true, yes. I cannot, I just looked at my watch. We've been on for a half an hour already. It seems like about 10 minutes. Good God. That time,
So
man.
can I ask a couple questions about
Nope, you're
your
out of the mix.
campaign? How's
Forget
it?
it.
Yeah. How's it going? Okay, what kind of internal polls or external polls do you believe?
Well, this is really interesting. So we polled just on the Republican side, the candidates that I am running against, and I'm up 30 points in that poll.
Well, that's really
So that's a
significant.
good sign. A recent thing that I saw with the Democrats is like a 7-point lead for the Democrats. That was like a week after I entered. So that's not insurmountable. Well, I
Right.
wouldn't be sitting here if I felt it was insurmountable. So
Okay.
that part is good. The fundraising's been good. We can always use more. MicheleTafoya.com to donate or volunteer.
There
Hint,
you go.
hint, hint.
subtle hint. But that's been going well. We feel good. We're getting out to conventions and caucuses and as many places as we can go. So we are chugging. We are working really, really hard.
And what is your messaging?
Look, it starts with we have just a huge vacuum of leadership. We have had failed leadership in this state. And it starts with Tim Walz and Keith Ellison and Peggy Flanagan, who could very likely be the Democrat nominee, by the way. I think she's leading Angie Craig by like 9 points right now on the Democrat side of the race.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is she batshit crazy?
Okay. Well,
I'm just wondering.
Let's put it this way. I don't think she did herself any favors when she posted on X. She was standing there in a hijab saying that Somalians built Minnesota.
oh God. Oh God.
Yeah.
So I thought there are a lot of guys named Sven out there and Oli who probably really resent that comment. So,
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of men and women out there named Rodriguez and named Nguyen, who have done those same things, who have contributed to the state as much as any other minority group has, and we've had a lot of minority groups in the state. Those are key players, and remember, they are there, and they've worked very, very hard, and they represent a very hard-working group.
Right. So she's interesting. So
That's a nice thing to say.
I'll let them fight it out for their nomination. I'm just going to focus on my nomination right now, and then we'll see where we land. But we're encouraged.
Okay.
There's something that happened on TV today, and what I'm kind of focused on right now is how the world has changed in the last, what has it been, Michelle? The last 10 years, something like that. The world just really, really filled with hatred for some reason.
Yeah.
Has it been 10 years? 5 years?
I think it's been 10 years.
Yeah,
10
I'd say.
years. I was shocked by this because who's the mayor of Chicago again? What's his name?
Oh, Brendan Johnson?
Brendan Johnson, is that it? Yeah, not a great guy, actually, from
No.
what I understand. But there was a woman, a young black woman, who approached the podium, or stood up in the crowd and wanted to talk to him about this, and she was talking about what a horrible job he was doing, and she didn't like it. She looked to be maybe about 30 years old, something like that. She was very upset at him, and they were thinking of going after her because at one point he said something way out of line, and all she said, now this is a black woman, understand, she said, and I quote, "Really, Negro?" And they're thinking of arresting her for that.
Arrest? Where is this? In Chicago?
In Chicago. It's
Okay,
like,
so-
what?
It's still America. And we
Yeah.
got onto it, and you are allowed to say what you want to say.
Yeah, it wasn't the
And,
big N. She didn't go with the big N,
You can't be arrested for that either, as far as I know. Otherwise, there would be lots and lots of people in jail.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
I'm thinking. So no, this is something we're seeing, and we've seen it in London and in the UK quite a bit.
Yes. Yep.
Is people being arrested
Yep.
for hateful-
Jailed.
Yeah.
Jailed. This is terrifying. So, and they're being arrested not by the tolerant left, but by this extreme leftist group that believes it should control how you speak, how you express yourself. And our First Amendment is one of the most precious things that we have in this country.
Absolutely.
And if they're going to arrest her for saying that, I hope she sues the you-know-what out of the city of Chicago.
I do too. I couldn't believe that I'm watching the stories like, what do you mean you want to arrest? I don't think they ended up arresting her, but they wanted to. They tried to. I know that.
There just was there was a story out today about how Hillary Clinton, there's somebody blowing the whistle on the fact that she met with all of these globalists and she was pushing really hard for censoring speech. I mean, super hard.
Well, yeah, and you've seen surveys. I don't know if you guys have seen these, where young people have been asked, "Are there certain things that you think people should not be allowed to say that should be censored?" And they're like, "Yeah, there are certain things." No, there aren't.
Right.
And, this is why, and I think I told you this, Tom and Catherine, I think you all may have heard this story, that I sent my diploma back to UC Berkeley, to Cal Berkeley, because they started banning certain speakers from campus.
Yep.
Why?
You listen, if somebody says words that you disagree with, you have some options. You don't have to go to that speech, number one. Number two, you can listen and then raise your hand and contrast, debate with them. But what you can't do is stand there and have a bullhorn, eking out this incredibly loud horn to stifle what they say. I suppose you can legally, but it's what is it you're saying then? That somebody's words are so disagreeable that it is worthy of that kind of public disruption.
Yeah.
Not enough coffee today. And then, the other thing is just don't go or engage.
Yep. Andy, would you read that thing that half of it just disappeared? It was from Clown Shoes talking about
This one?
Yeah, like Trump forcing CBS to not air an interview with a Texas politician. I didn't know anything about that. Do you
I
know
don't either.
I'd like to know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I don't know. I'm not sure what Texas politician she's talking about, but
Yeah, I don't know.
and I don't know what CBS did. I'm not sure what they're referring to.
Apparently, Stephen Colbert says that CBS blocked his interview. So Colbert interviewed James Tallarico, a Texas Democratic Senate candidate.
Oh, okay.
He says that CBS blocked their interview due to the Trump administration putting pressure on them.
Really?
Colbert saying that?
Colbert said that, yes.
So I saw something quickly today about that Colbert and Tallarico were lying about this. So
Oh, really?
I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, what the hell is going on here?
CBS says that something about equal time obligations, crap that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And they said that they chose to publish it online rather than on air. And but they did promote it on air, apparently.
Okay.
This is all it's all basically just happened. So
Yeah, this was like I think you're right. This is in the last 24 hours. So
Yeah.
it's so over-the-air television, broadcast television does have equal time rules that cable does not, that podcasts do not.
Right.
So there is that issue, and if you are promoting, as I don't know that has Colbert ever had a Republican on? I'm not sure.
yeah, I don't.
Doubtful.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be very surprised.
I just really wish people would tell the truth. That would be really nice if everybody just would tell the truth and stop making shit up to make other people look bad.
Well,
You know
Tom,
what I mean?
my truth is what's important to me.
I was just going to say the same thing.
There you
I
go.
was saying that facetiously. Yeah, right? I live my truth. I need to express
Yes.
my truth. Well, if your truth is that you're a kangaroo and you like to eat, peonies for breakfast, that's not real. Unless in fact it's a kangaroo saying it. But,
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
Since
Go
when
ahead,
did CBS start kowtowing to Donald Trump?
Well,
This
apparently-
makes no sense.
So the equal time rule, they're bringing it into news organizations. So non-news had to obey the equal time rule, but news apparently didn't. But now the FCC wants the news to not be exempt from it, and Colbert apparently is considered news. So basically, it's just
Really?
Colbert's. I don't know. I don't
thought he
pay
was just a
any.
mudslinger.
yeah, I thought he was. I thought
Well, a
that
lot of
would have
news
been
is so
I thought that would have been considered
entertainment.
entertainment
You
part
would-
of the network.
You would think, but I don't know. So from what I can tell, Colbert is now he's not allowed to ignore the equal time rule, which I thought was abolished entirely, but apparently it wasn't.
Well, what
Am I-
difference does it make if you just bring on a Republican and just make up a bunch of lies or brutalize them in your interview? That's not really equal time. I mean, it's a Republican sitting in a chair for 10 minutes, but
That's true.
you can twist anything any way you want. So
But I have a question for you, and I brought this up at the beginning, Catherine. I don't think you were here. How is it possible on earth that I can possibly have a lefty and a righty as friends? How did I ever come up with? I mean, Jesus, why do I
Well,
care?
because your entire identity isn't
Political.
all about
Yeah.
what flag you wear or don't wear, or
Right.
scarf you wear over your head or whatever.
But are we ever going to understand that people live different lives? They've been through different things. It affects their choices they make in life. I just don't understand. You have to do what I do. No, I don't have to do what you do. We have lived different lives, for Christ's sake. Calm
They're,
down.
they're trying to control every single tiny
I
narrative
guess.
so they
Yeah,
can
I
stay in
guess.
power. It's
It's
sad.
really too bad.
And then the newest thing, I guess, is for people to run as a moderate whatever and get
Yep.
in there and then not even be a Republican or not even be a Democrat.
Yeah.
They're just operatives for the other side. It's like,
Yep.
how do you know who these people are? Why isn't there some way of unearthing their motives? Because that seems like cheating. Isn't it? Isn't it cheating?
I guess.
Oh my goodness.
We
Lie
got
about your affiliation so you can get in and then just undermine somebody else's
Well,
whole
and
plan?
then that's interesting. That makes me think of Abigail Spanberger, the new governor in Virginia, who ran as a
Yes.
centrist Democrat and now is in the process of writing like 50 new tax increases.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Like just insane, and also turned Virginia into a sanctuary jurisdiction where they don't have to. Her state and federal, or her state and local police don't have to, work with federal law
Right.
enforcement.
Of course.
All right, Big Dave, or just find the middle lane and vote left when it makes sense and vote right when it makes sense.
Well, but that's the problem is you don't know all the time who you're electing because they're
No, you don't.
they're lying on their
That's a
campaigns.
possibility. We do have to get that final break, and we'll come right back in 1 minute.
I have to run because I have a coffee
Yes.
with someone who might want to write me a check.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay.
Can I have coffee with them too?
Yes, they might write you a check too.
So wait a second, you're having coffee with your husband?
Uh-oh.
He never writes me a check.
By the way, would you tell him I said hello? I used to run into him all the time, like the airport or getting on an elevator or whatever. Please say hello. He's a good guy. Your husband's a great guy.
He is the greatest. He is keeping me on my feet and on level ground, and I couldn't ask for a better partner.
Wonderful. Well, come back soon. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you guys. Thank you, Ralph. Great to see you,
Oh,
Doc.
good to see you.
All right, we'll take a break. Be right back with Ralphie, or you'd have to go too, Ralphie.
No, I'm
You
good.
got 3 minutes? Okay. We'll be right back right after this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. When it comes to banking, it's all about trust, and that's what you get with them. They've been around since 1998. They've always made it clear. They're here to give you a better banking experience with a focus on the local community. And you won't be dealing with some AI chatbot. You'll get straight answers and quick decisions from real people that know you and your situation and are always ready to help. So if you're tired of the big national banks, want something better, stop by, see my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. God, how about this? Thank you, Michelle. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Michelle. Best of luck. I think she hit a home run on the show today, I'll tell you.
Well, I think, she's one of the few people in Minnesota that is capable, in my opinion, of looking at a subject from different angles and coming up with a practical solution, because we're all about this emotional,
Yep.
weird, knee-jerk reaction to anything the other side does right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they do. It's like, bah, it has to be terrible. Blah.
Why do you want to hate people for their politics? I don't get it.
But if you look at what's going on, okay, so this Minneapolis City Council, they are made up of some of the most radical people.
Yes, they're insane.
And they are now trying to, so there's hotels, that have bars, they have to have a liquor license. And some hotels housed ICE officers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Minneapolis City Council is trying to make it so that those hotels cannot have a liquor license.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to write national law where if anybody helps an ICE officer, they instantly basically are punished for doing business with an ICE officer. If that isn't some totalitarian Nazi ass shit, I don't know what is. I really don't know
Yep,
what
but they're on
is.
the right side of history, so it's okay.
That is true. All right. Well, I gotta wrap it up. I know that.
Oh, you do? We barely even spoke to Ralph.
Well,
Ralph, you just got back
try
from a
again
big trip.
next time. Oh,
Well, you
big
guys
trip.
can stay on if you want. I just have to go, but you want to stay on a couple more minutes, Sandy?
I could just interview Ralph for a while. Well, so wait, Mom, do you have to go?
I don't have to go.
Oh, because
All right.
someone in the chat. Okay, so yeah, we'll wrap up quick.
Well, here's what I'm saying.
I just want to show you one thing quick. A shirt that I think everyone should buy.
Okay. Oh my God!
Oh, God.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you imagine?
It's on our website. Merch.
Yeah.
On
you
that
wanna
merch
know-
tab and buy that shirt.
Here's my first day as governor of Minnesota. Get out!
Yeah.
Everyone out.
Can you imagine the lawsuits?
Oh
The
Jesus!
second you were nominated.
All right, I got to go. You guys have a good show, though. Ralphie, when you coming to
Yeah.
town again, pal?
Oh, not soon. Weather's too nice here.
Oh, I understand. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. You guys continue on.
All right, we
All right,
will.
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Have a nice golf game.
Well, I know. I think it was Danelle in the chat wanted to know how Jude's been doing.
Oh, Jude has pancreatitis, which we don't know why. They said it's usually diet related. Like, did he have any fatty food? Unless he snapped something off the ground.
Did he eat a 6-day-old burger off the sidewalk? Possibly.
I don't know. But he also has bladder stones. Not kidney stones, but bladder stones. They did a urinalysis where they couldn't see any crystals, so they don't know what. Apparently, there's like 15 different kinds of bladder stones.
Yeah, it depends on the mineral that's forming, and some of them it's because it's too acidic. Some of them it's because it's not acidic enough, and
Well,
there's
and
a million things.
he's been on a specialty, high-end, very expensive dog food for his gastric stuff before that. But it contains something that prevents these from happening ever. But apparently he got them anyway.
Not this one.
So lucky. So if he's got one kind of stone, it can be dissolved with medication. If he's got another kind, it's ultrasound. If it's got another kind, it's surgery. I'm like, he's 12 years old. I don't really want to give him surgery, but
No, you don't want to give him
if
surgery.
it's easy, if it's an easy recovery, I don't know anything about dogs and bladder surgery. Never
I
heard
think
of
they
any
would
of
just
this.
you just do a cystoscopy. You go up with a cyst through the urethra, and go into the.
Yeah, but
terrible.
Well, they do it all the time in people.
they
Yeah.
do. But the problem with old animals isn't so much the surgery; it's the anesthesia.
Yeah.
Especially brachycephalic dogs like Jude. You put him under very well.
He's had general anesthesia for his teeth cleaning a couple of times, and he did fine.
Yeah, I stopped
So-
giving Hobbs, and I stopped having Hobbs's teeth cleaned when he got to like 15-ish, because I was like, the odds of him not coming back from the anesthesia
Yeah.
are not high enough, or they're not good enough to justify having a clean toothed cat.
So I don't know what this means, if this pancreatitis is just a one-off thing, and obviously this cyst in his bladder, I'm guessing, can cause some serious problems if they start breaking apart or
Blockage maybe, but
block it. I don't know.
I'd worry more about the pancreatitis.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a little more serious
Yeah.
than some bladder stones.
Mm-hmm. Bladder
so
stones,
if-
a lot of people are not born with them, but they live with them for years and years. They don't even know it.
oh,
so-
he's
so-
got like 30 in there.
Oh, that's a few.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Wow.
I just don't know. I mean, if this is just like a dietary thing where he got into something and that would cause the pancreatitis, or if this is a systemic thing, which is, I mean, I don't have any idea what this is.
Oh, wait a second. Are these
What?
when they say bladder stones? Are they gallbladder stones,
I think
or
bladder.
are they urinary bladder stones?
They
urinary
said
bladder.
bladder stone.
Well, but if they're gallbladder stones, that would explain his pancreatitis. It certainly
Oh, that's
happens.
true.
It certainly happens in humans. My next door neighbor had pancreatitis because he got a gallstone in the wrong, stuck in his common
Yep.
bile duct, and boom.
Yep, block
problem.
that bile duct.
All
you
right,
block that
well, I guess maybe
pancreatitis.
I want him to go in and have that scan then, I'm guessing. So I know what it is,
Yeah.
where it is.
Well, if he's got a blocked bile duct, then you got to take care of that.
Well, he's
like
peeing.
real quick.
Well, that's my point. He can pee, but your gallbladder is not associated with him peeing. It's
Right.
just he's
Oh.
hydrated. That's all. So when you
All
say
right.
bladder stones, we know what bladder.
Well, they
Mhm.
said bladder. They didn't say gallbladder.
Maybe it's
Oh,
a swim
bladder.
bladder.
I don't know. All I know is, yeah, he's quieter. He's definitely perked up since he's been on the meds.
He's got
But-
Zofran. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel sorry for him, but he is 12,
Yeah.
and cavies aren't known for living till they're 20.
No.
But I don't want him to be in any pain or anything either. But he perked
Right.
up. He was running around today, and he was very excited about doing the podcast. So it's not like but I mean, Saturday night, I thought this dog's not going to last till Monday when the vet's open. He looked really, really bad.
That's
But I
how
guess-
dogs are. They can just go from 60 to 0 overnight. It's crazy.
Yeah, just last week he walked 2.5 miles and wouldn't stop. So I
Yes.
mean, I don't know. He seems like he's okay in between. So I don't know what to do.
People
It's
want to know
awful.
where you are, Ralph. You're in Vegas, right? Or close to it?
Las Vegas. Yeah,
So
just
are
over
you
outside.
actually in the city proper?
Well, the city proper is kind of big. Now we're west of the city on what the Mormons have called up in Salt Lake City the bench. So there used to be a giant lake here, former shore, leaves a little bit of a flat area below the mountains, and we're up on this bench to the west. And we're a little bit higher elevation than Las Vegas proper. So we're probably up, probably 1,000 feet above where they are.
And you just got back from France, right?
Yep, France and Italy. Yeah, we did a great tour of Paris, a little town called Cortona. We were up in Bologna and Florence for a couple of nights. Then we came back
Florence.
through Lyon, a couple of nights there. Then we went to Beaune, which is a Burgundy capital, and then back to Paris for a long week. And just a simple, well, not simple, but it was just a nice adventure.
It doesn't sound simple.
Train rides and things like that. It was a very interesting experience, certainly.
You've been to
running
France
back?
many times, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
back
they
just
go
for
to France a couple times a year.
yeah. I can't wait to go back. I mean, really, there's just something. The culture in the city is just bizarre because in Paris there are no big box stores.
Huh.
So you have to go to individual stores. So if you want a purse, you go to one store. If you want some other clothes, you go to another store. If you want a drug, you have to go to one drugstore. If you want real medicine, you have to go to a different drugstore. There's two different drugstores, homeopathic and regular drugstore.
Oh, yeah.
Then you have all the places that are selling individual things and places that are making things at their place, ateliers, where they're making things. And writing culture here is like fervent. There are individual stores that sell only writing equipment, pens, pencils.
You don't see that in America.
No, I don't even know where you.
I purchased a whole bunch of those out of a kiosk, those little tiny bound books. So you got one in your bag with a nice little pen so you can take notes. And I bought a ton of them because I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be back. And I don't know if these little paper stores will still be here when I get back. I don't know. I don't know how they make a living, but I guess
They
they
are
do.
all over the place. And then of course, they will also sell premium pens. We were in a store, Bon Marché, and they had a pen there that you could buy two of them. One was for $5,500 or 5,500 euros, and the other was 6,500 euros
For a
just
pen.
for a pen.
Which
and
I would lose in a minute.
It was. I don't think you take that out. Maybe just said it's. I don't know. It just is. It's just such an interesting thing to see. They still have fountain pens, ballpoint pens, pencils, pencil sharp. I mean, it's this whole thing. And then they also have the art piece beside that too, where they're doing drawings and things and sketching and things like that. So it's a fascinating thing to see. So it's just a different culture. And the food culture, of course, is same thing. We were in when we were in Beaune. We walked around, and there must have been 30 restaurants that only would seat maybe 20, 25 people.
Yep.
Just tiny specks, and just hole in the wall that you go to, and they're all exceptional.
And you're there for the whole night too. They don't kick you out.
That's right. Once you get the table, it's yours.
That's really nice.
People want to know if we can still call you Hackmaster because you're a technical.
Would you please continue calling me hack? Although I'm no longer hacking.
You're still a master, though.
So when
Yeah.
you were in Paris, I mean, on at least on
Be right
X, there's all kinds of horrible stories about what's going on in Paris. There was just a stabbing right down the Champs-Élysées, blah blah blah. There's all this stuff happening. Did you see any?
No,
You're
no.
staying in
You
the
see
nicer areas,
you
I'm
see the
guessing.
police. You see the police around, but no, I didn't notice that there. I don't even know. Oh, we
It
maybe
doesn't feel
saw.
different. Like London, when we were there, we were only there for 2 days before we caught a train out to Cornwall last summer. It felt different. It's just different. There's just not the people walking around like there used to be. They're not just people aren't just hanging out in the parks. It feels a lot different in London. I don't know about haven't
No,
been to
no,
Paris long.
I didn't feel much different. Now, if you go up to Saint Denis, that's an area that has a different. The people that are there, you may not be comfortable being around, and they may not want you around either. But it's aside from that, no, I didn't find anything like that. And when we went through Gare du Nord a couple times, and I wasn't terribly uncomfortable with that. There were just regular people there. It wasn't any bunch of hoodlums there. And Gare du Nord is just an average place. I mean, it's in an average neighborhood. The first time we went through there, I stepped outside, 2 or 3 steps outside. I said, "Oh, I'm not standing around outside here. Let's go back in." This was 35 years ago. Let's go back in, go downstairs, and get on the metro and be out of here. So
Isn't that where the train station is for the Channel?
yeah, so the tunnel comes in. The train that comes in, the Eurostar comes in to Gare du Nord.
Yep.
But all the other stations, we were around the other state. We were in Gare de Lyon. No, it just was regular. Just a lot of people milling around, and their trains are full. They are packed. It's an interesting thing, the train culture, where people use the trains all the time.
They do.
And when you're there, I found them kind of reasonably priced as well. So it just takes longer, but you can get up and stand and walk around as much as you want. It doesn't have the same restrictions as being on a plane. That's way more of an effort.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about planes is being stuck in one position for so long. My knees start to ache.
Yeah, well, on the train, there's bathrooms. There's a bar car. You can go. You have a drink or you have a snack if you want to. I'm way more relaxing. I prefer to flying.
I like trains too. I just wish we had some high-speed ones around. I mean, this great big huge country, how we don't have high-speed trains, I don't
Well, we don't.
understand.
That's all based on population density and things like that. We just
Right.
don't have that density. You may see that on the East Coast, between Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington,
Yeah.
D.C. You're going to see in that corridor. But once you going west, there ain't nothing west. I mean, next stop is Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I
There's-
mean, in France, a faraway city is what, 10 miles, 20 miles?
Well,
Well, a
you
little
can
farther than
you can drive along it, but it's Well, let's see, the train ride from Paris to Milan is about 7 hours.
Wow.
But it's not a high-speed train. It's high-speed train for maybe a third of it, and the rest of it just is stop and go up through the mountains and everything like that. So if they ever change that ride would be 4 hours to go between those two. So it can be pretty effective in that regard.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. I'd love to get out of town, but not for a while.
Yeah.
I got microwaves and dog bills to pay for.
That's right. Microwaves and dog bills. It always seems to be that.
I know
With microwaves these days, depending on where they are, of course, it's usually cheaper not to even try to repair them. Just pull it out, put a new one in. Because a new microwave these days is what, like $200? It's
well,
as much
the
as you can get
one
from an
the one that
electrician.
I need is the one that's above the stove, so it's got to have the
those are
fan, it's got to
annoying
have a
to-
light, it's got to have certain things.
Those are very
So-
annoying to install. You wouldn't want to do that
But
yourself.
it was like $520, something like that, which I didn't think was too bad, really.
For just the microwave?
And I think they're installing it too.
Oh, that's not horrible. I mean, it's not fun to have to pay $500 all of a sudden, but,
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I can find a super cheap one, but I would like to at least have one that, has a
Works.
couple of buttons.
yeah, work for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just a glorified coffee heater upper.
Yeah, but you don't use it for much more than that.
No, I
Truly.
really don't use it too much.
When you have kids, you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, you do.
Yep, microwaving leftovers and microwaving their little muffin things that they eat and their personal pizzas and.
Yeah.
I've used my microwave more in the past 4 years than I probably did for 10 before that.
Oh,
Oh, God, I remember when microwaves were becoming a thing. I remember I had a couple of hippy dippy friends that would run out of the room when they turned it on. They
Yep.
were so
They can
afraid
give
of
you
it.
cancer.
Yep.
yeah.
Maybe
I
they
was always
do.
told-
Maybe that's
I
why
was always
everybody's got
told-
cancer.
I was always told not to look at a microwave while it's on, or else the microwaves will get you.
Really?
It'll look into your soul.
Because the evil eye will. Well, I think the idea was that the microwaves could leak through the microwave
Yeah, yeah.
door. Burn your
Well,
eyes.
there was a scare like that. Was a scare like that in the 60s, 70s. There was a scare like that they did leak microwaves. And
Oh,
I know, so it would cook your brain, I guess. Some of those things, were more inflamed than what they needed to be.
Mhm.
And now there's the debate. Now there's a debate about the data centers that are being built, and
Yeah.
people are concerned about a chronic hum that comes from the data centers and everything like that. So, yeah, everybody's always concerned and worried about stuff. Well, I grew up. If you lived under the high tension wires that make your teeth turn green or something like that, that was unsafe. So, I don't know. I lived under the high tension wires, and maybe
That
I shouldn't talk
explains a
anymore.
lot.
Maybe that explains a lot. Maybe that does explain a lot of things. Yeah.
And those are one of the
Fair
first memes I ever saw when I was a kid, is a picture from a newspaper clipping. That's how you know it's a very old meme. It was a pregnant woman with a cigarette in her hand. She was like this. She was like this. And the headline under the clipping said, local mother worries about the health of her baby from new wires being constructed over her neighborhood.
That's right. There you go.
That worried about the health of your baby.
One thing I did notice in Paris, or two things I noticed were, one, young women smoking cigarettes that they had rolled themselves.
Wow.
yuck.
When I think
No
rolling
filter?
cigarettes yourself in America, I think like very old men.
Very old men are cowboys.
Yeah, cowboys, right?
Yeah, well,
No, but we saw that more than once, and it just floored me. These were young women rolling their cigarettes. They would get a little filter thing or mouthpiece thing that they could
Are
use
you
sometimes.
sure it's
I was, because
Tobacco?
it would
Yeah.
because it was the container just was a commercial that kind of pouch. Folded, I mean, and the people smoking there's not that odor. You didn't have the odor of
Oh.
marijuana. So it was that.
Skunk weed.
And marijuana is not legal in France. That's not
It
a legal
isn't?
product. No. The other
That
thing
surprises me.
I noticed was a lot of people smoking, of course, outside. But man, the use of vaping has gone through the roof.
That's in America too.
I
Everyone
see
is
that
I-
down here. I see
and-
that down here a lot.
and
Young
I
people
wonder-
vaping.
If the use of what the use of nicotine has it gone up? I'm almost certain that it has, because people hit
nicotine,
that.
like strictly, we're like literally talking about nicotine itself.
Yes.
Absolutely, the amount of nicotine in a vape cartridge is equivalent to numerous cigarettes. Actually, let's look it
Well,
up because
and you say you've told the story about how an acquaintance of yours had one with a strong nicotine capsule in it, and you
Yep.
took a hit and you had to sit down.
oh, you still
because it
remember
was-
that? Wow,
Yes. Well, it was just, but this nicotine use is a real thing. They
it's
are.
insane. Like,
And then when you have that thing, there's no heat associated with it. So
Right.
you hit that thing and they draw that, and that's at their mouth drawing in for 2 or 3 seconds. You can't do that with a cigarette. You burn your tongue.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, the what he's talking about was I'm not going to say who it was. I don't need to call anyone out, I guess, even though vaping is literally, it's not even a call out at this point. It's just a hobby. But he got like this raspberry flavored vape thing. And I was like, huh, that actually sounds pretty good. And he was like, I just opened it. I haven't used it yet. Do you want to try it? And I was like, sure, why not? Because I vaped for a while, like 10-ish years ago, back when it was relatively new. And I was like, sure, why not? I haven't done this in a while. And I inhaled for maybe a second. And I was literally like, I am going to throw up and pass out. I had to like stagger over to a chair and just like collect myself for a few minutes, because the amount of nicotine in one puff was just insane. The only time I've ever felt that from nicotine before is when I smoked an entire cigar in like a few minutes.
Oh,
That made me feel horrible too.
Temperance, Andy, temperance.
So let's see. I looked up the Blue disposables because Blue is the brand that I used to use a million years ago, and they're relatively big. But Blue is only 2.4% nicotine. So one Blue disposable vape pen is about 2 packs of cigarettes worth of nicotine.
Oh my God.
So if you smoke one of those a day, you are a 2-pack-a-day smoker in terms of nicotine. Now, 2.4% nicotine is actually not that high by modern vaping standards.
Wow.
I mean, people are vaping, I think, like 8%. I mean, these people are literally vaping 10 packs of cigarettes worth of nicotine a day.
Well, now you know why everybody's so angry.
Yeah, honestly, I mean,
violent. My God, they're so
on edge.
wound up.
Yeah, the amount of nicotine that some people, like the person that I'm talking about who I tried that vape from, he probably, if I had to just ballpark head math it, he probably does smoke about 10 cigarettes or 10 packs of cigarettes worth of nicotine per day.
Yeah, that is not good.
Man, that's a hardcore drug use.
It's an insane amount of nicotine, and that's not unusual because you go you can buy these things online because they're not terribly regulated.
No,
you just have to pinky swear that you're 18 plus, and you can buy cartridges that are insane amounts. I mean, and there's nothing preventing any college student from doing this, just getting the highest dose because all their friends they got the 8% and they're like, oh, well, if you're some loser, you got only 2%.
Margaret says there's something called popcorn lung from vaping.
That isn't really a concern anymore. That was, I think, is it butyric acid? I don't think it's butyric acid, but it's something like that.
Well, you can have contamination in some of the illicit products.
Well, you don't know where this stuff's coming from.
But popcorn lung is a specific thing. It was, what was it from? Diacetyl, which was a flavoring that they were putting in vapes that was supposed to mimic the smell of popcorn. And people were inhaling this diacetyl right into their lungs. They get popcorn lung, which sounds quirky and fun, but I'm pretty sure it's fatal.
No, I don't think that's nothing. I think that would kind of lead you toward a lung transplant. That's not. Yeah, you sort of trash your lungs. But
bronchiolitis obliterans. If it has obliterans in the name, you don't want to get it.
That's a bad suffix to your disease. When I was working, the nurse anesthetist would speak to the people that would vape, and when they woke up, it was many times hard for them to breathe, and even young people had to be on nebulizers and had to be on supplemental oxygen for a longer period of time as they woke up in the recovery room. And it was a real thing that was going on. So, I think the combination of the nicotine, and of course we don't know long-term effects of high nicotine use. Not a lot of people smoke 10 packs a day.
Yeah, that was very, very unusual until very recently. I guess maybe like chewing. I think you probably get more tobacco.
Oh, more nicotine, yeah.
I mean, more nicotine, yeah. I don't know, Dave. You'd know. How much nicotine did you take in a day back in your chewing days?
I used to have a friend who smoked organic cigarettes.
Oh, I know. Oh, of course.
That made me laugh so hard.
Yeah,
I'm like, organic. Oh, that's got to be better for you.
And I think they were called American Eagle was the brand.
It could be.
Still around.
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah,
well, maybe they don't spray them with pesticides. I suppose that would be a good thing. If you're going to smoke. Yeah.
I know.
Tom's watching all of these YouTube things about sinister crackers and sinister, frozen foods that your family should never eat. And it's like, you can't watch too many of these. Otherwise, you would never eat anything again. You'd just be like, no, can't do it. I got to move to a farm and have my own chickens. And that's all I can eat is eggs because it's just too hard to eat. Everything's poison.
If you eat the chickens. Now, come on, we can eat those chickens because we know they're natural.
Speaking of which, I actually have a fun Ethan story to close out the show with because it's 12:10 already.
Oh, okay.
I should probably get home because usually we're done almost half an hour before this.
Before you have to stay the night because the roads are closed.
I know. I hope it's not. Well, it's getting worse over time. So yeah, I should probably start heading out. But last night, so I was putting Colin to bed because Colin skipped a nap, which is always fun with a 1.5-year-old.
Oh yeah, nothing good comes. That's like obliterans.
Oh yeah, seriously, sleep obliterans. Oh God, last night we were trying to fall asleep and Colin was literally just in there going like this in his crib, screaming as loud as he could. And for no reason, because he was just so tired. He was so mad. He couldn't sleep. So we got into this feedback loop of stupidity. But while I was in there at night I was rocking Colin, which is, it's what you do, get a kid to go to sleep. And Melissa was eating dinner with Ethan. And she was eating ground chicken, and he started asking questions. And he's like, "Why do we call it chicken?" And she was like, "Because it's chicken. Like, we eat the chicken." And he's like, "But chickens are different from eating chickens." And she was like, "No, it's the same kind of chicken. You eat the chickens. That's why it's called that." And he goes, "Well, why doesn't the eating chicken have eyes?" Like, I guess the idea was that he expected, like, when you see a chicken breast in the store, that's how the chicken is born or something like that. I didn't know.
Oh, of course.
I don't know what he was thinking there, but he was concerned that these chicken breasts didn't have eyes. And then she said,
"Well, he's putting the pieces together of
creepy if the chicken had eyes while you ate it and was looking at you."
Ethan needs to live on a farm. It takes you 2 seconds. I see how this system works.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he learned she went through like pork is pigs, and she said, pork is good. And she said, "What do you think beef is?" And he said, "Cows." And she was like, "That's right." And he didn't seem to be bothered by any of it. He was just like brand new, mind-blowing information to him, but he wasn't mad about it. He was just like, "Oh, we're eating these animals."
Yeah, well, it is a weird thing. I mean,
it is weird,
especially when your little kids get all these little stories about,
yeah, the cow says
the chicken is your friend, and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden you're eating them. It is kind of a leap.
One of the things that makes it a lot more okay is seeing a chicken in the wild. They're the dumbest animals. They probably don't even know whether they're alive or dead. They probably actually get smarter once you cook them. So. I think one of our listeners, is it Trevor? It's either Trevor or the other Andy. They're always in the hidden chat. They're always talking about their backyard chickens and.
Oh.
And I mean, when
it gets rid of ticks.
Yeah, they'll eat bugs, but the problem is when it gets down to -20 and you have an uninsulated coop.
Oh.
He was out there like grabbing the eggs before they froze and keeping the chickens warm and that sort of thing.
Life is hard in Minnesota. Move to Florida.
I know, at -20, everything's hard. Yep, Trevor. It was Trevor. I thought so.
All right, we should get this.
We should get going.
I gotta wash my old stinky sick dog.
Wash?
I gotta. Yeah, he smells. He smells funny. Yeah.
Poor Jude.
Clean him up.
Gotta clean him up.
Well, we'll see everyone tomorrow. And I don't know, Ralph. You're jetting off somewhere, right?
Oh, we're heading out next week. We have a funeral to go to, and then we're gonna go see the grandkids in Denver. So a little bit of a trip.
Well, we got our 3,000th episode coming up sometime in April, so hopefully you can.
That'd be great.
Yeah, hopefully you can show up for that. I don't know exactly when. It depends on if we take spring break off. It might actually get pushed out to May, but we'll see.
May would be better.
Jake, yes, I forwarded your email to Tom. He asked a question in the chat there.
Okay.
But all right.
Have a great day. Good to see you, Ralph.
Great day. Oh, good to see you all too.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Every time I hear the same reminds me how you talking my